to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now please, a moment of silence for everyone affected by the recent earthquakes in California. Thank you. Please have a seat. If you have a cell phone, please shut it off, turn on vibrate or silent. Roll call.
Karlovic.
Here.
Kramer. Reichner.
Here.
Reese.
Here.
Iceman.
Are there any audience comments on agenda items only at this time? Thank you. I make a motion to approve the minutes of June 10th and June 24th of 2019 and the reports of the fire department, police department, treasurer, engineer, code office, and health department.
Second.
Kramer. Yes. Reichner.
Yeah.
Reese.
Yes.
Ister.
Yes.
Karlovic.
Yes. City Administrator Ocker.
Yes. Several candidates were interviewed for the position of part-time code enforcement officer. 3 were found acceptable. Of those, 1 withdrew his application. Remaining 2, Samantha Money and Donald Young, have been offered a position with a starting wage of $10 an hour pending the council's approval. Recommend the council approve new hires at $10 an hour.
Make that motion.
Second it.
Reichner.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Ister.
Yes.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer. Kramer.
I said yes.
The council has before it, or the mayor has before him, the contract for CEDACOG's professional and administrative services and management of the federal fiscal year 2018 competitive community development block grant. This contract would finalize the agreement between the city and CEDACOG and the administration fees that were presented and approved at the first public meeting for the competitive CDBG application. The competitive grant was awarded in the amount of $1 million, and the fees for services according to the contract $69,500. Recommend the council approve the signing of the contract by the mayor.
Make this into a motion.
Second.
Reese.
Yes.
Ister.
Yes.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer.
No.
Reichner.
Yes.
Okay, the next 2 items on the agenda are related. The Sunbury Eagles areas number 503 are planning a chicken barbecue in their parking lot at the corner of Court Street and 3rd Street from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, August 10th. Their first request is for a waiver of the open container ordinance for their event. Recommend the council approve the open container waiver.
Make that motion.
Second it.
Thank you.
Ister.
Yes.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer. Yes. Reichner.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Okay, also in connection with the chicken barbecue on the 10th, the Eagles request closure of Court Street from Center Avenue to 3rd Street and 3rd Street from Market Street to Chestnut Street from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Recommend the council approve the closures as requested with the understanding that the Eagles are responsible to ensure that all trash and litter is removed and the streets and sidewalks are free from any debris resulting from the activity. Doesn't?
We can approve that. PC can approve it.
Okay,
Yep.
my bad. Property and parking code revision. This is the second reading of the proposed addition to the city code, chapter 163, vehicles and traffic, article 3, parking regulation. The addition of section 163-28.5 would provide for the designation of proprietary parking spaces. Changes recommended at the first reading were incorporated, including the ability to apply at any time of year with prorated fees assessed, and that proprietors who have designated spaces shall notify the city of their intent to renew their contract by September 1st of each year. The ordinance was advertised in accordance with the third-class city code. A full copy was made available on our website, and a copy was made available in the city administration office. No further changes were recommended. Recommend the council approve the second reading of the ordinance and that it be so enacted.
Make that motion.
Second.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
Reichner.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Ister.
Yes.
And now a follow-up on that, do we need to do a motion to add the fee to the 2019 fee schedule? That's a question of protocol.
Yes.
Is that in there?
There is a fee associated and it's in the ordinance.
But we voted on that, it automatically becomes.
It automatically becomes part of the fee schedule, so I don't need to do a separate thing?
Jim, you sure about that? I thought you have to, if you change the fees, you have to do a fee division. There's a fee, that's what I would do.
So then why don't we just make,
Just do it.
yeah, just make the motion to accept the fees on the ordinance and to a current 2019 fee schedule?
Second.
Okay,
Ister,
Yes.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
okay. The next item has to do with the Historical Architecture Review Board approved improvements proposed by owners of 334, 336 Chestnut Street for porch steps, handrails, and porch railings. Do you have the information in your packets? Okay. And I recommend that the council approves the issuance of the certificate of appropriateness and the issuance of appropriate building permits by the code office.
I make a motion, we accept the findings of the hardship.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Ister.
Councilwoman Kramer?
We have exonerations for two different people, going all the way back to 2011. The total amount is $4,084.84. I'd like to make that into a motion.
No, that's
Yes,
you today.
You're talking 535, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was
Yeah, on the agenda's the wrong one.
535.75, sorry.
I'll second.
Reese.
Yes.
Ister. Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kramer?
Approval to pay invoices. I'd like to make a motion that we pay the invoices for the general fund of $44,452.11. And now liquid fuels.
Beth, I made a mistake on that one. It's only the $591.48 for the liquid fuels.
Oh, okay. Liquid fuels $591.48. I'd like to make that a motion.
Second.
Ister.
Yes.
Karlovic.
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Moving right along, City Administrator Rocker.
So this is old business, items that have been brought up before but are not yet decided. The purchasing of Lot 9, municipal Lot 9, parking by the Packer House. Consideration of the request made by Brian Laurie Garman, owners and management of the Packer House, in a letter to the mayor and council that was dated June 1st, 2019 is ongoing. Do any council members have any comments on it at this time?
I think it would be good to sell them the lot because they're a growing business and that's what we need in Sunbury. And if we don't start helping local businesses, they won't stay.
But we're gonna have to put it up a bid.
I was gonna say, I don't think we can sell it,
I
that's
know.
what.
It has to go out.
I know, we talked about that. It has to be.
Joel was pulled, he's in here this evening, we're gonna get a copy of the deed, make sure exactly what we have, and get a value on the property, and list that as such.
All right. The next subject, the Susquehanna Valley Stampede Hockey Club president, Mr. James O'Brien, has presented a proposal to build 3 additional changing rooms, a storage room and referee changing room in the currently unused space in the Sunbury Youth and Community Center ice rink. With the approval of Councilman Ister, applications for grants to fund the project were submitted. Grants were awarded from the Sunbury Northumberland County Foundation, Charles S. Whipple Fund, administrated by BB&T, and from the Charles B. Degenstein, Charles A. Degenstein, and 1994 Charles B. Degenstein Foundation. The awards are a total of $40,000, and that will fully fund the project. Recommend that the council approve moving forward with the building project, of course, through code and approval of building standards, etc.
You didn't consider all the prints that you stamped.
Yes.
Have what would this do? Just to pay us for information? Okay.
In one section, I'm not sure how familiar you are into the ski rink itself, okay? On that one section towards the parking lot, build the locker rooms, and out of the locker rooms, I don't know the exact specs on it.
Okay, who's gonna build locker rooms there on the left when you turn in?
When you walk in, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Is this something we've been?
I would be good because it's all private ground.
Okay, I don't know, that's what I'm
Right.
asking.
And most of it being done by volunteers.
Right.
So he worked real hard on it, and we need a set of prints, so he's working on that right now.
That's awesome.
And we'll follow up next meeting, if the prints are done, we'll bring a set of prints in and discuss it more.
Okay, so you don't wanna do a vote on proceeding right now?
Well, yeah, we'll vote, yes, that's fine, I'll make that
Okay.
motion to proceed, and, I need a second.
Second it.
Kramer? Reichtner?
Yes.
Reese?
Yes.
Ister?
Yes.
Karlovic?
Yes.
Okay.
Last one.
Oh, yeah, the strategic management and planning program, I really don't have an update at this time. I did contact Mr. Rose, and he did promise me to send the information from other municipalities that have used the program. However, it didn't arrive in time for this meeting, so I will follow up with them this week and hopefully have something for you next council meeting.
Thank you.
And I have one more late addition, if you don't mind considering it. The Northumberland County Historical Society is in need of map storage cabinets. And code office, there are, and in the basement, there are a couple of empty ones. And I would ask if the council would approve donating 2 of the map cabinets to the Northumberland County Historical Society.
I'll make that motion. They were donated to us by Cycles when they shut down. So we have nothing invested in them other than picking them up and storing.
And I second that.
Karlovic?
Yes.
Kramer? Yes. Reichtner?
Yes.
Reese?
Yes.
Ister?
Yes.
All right, announcements. Music in the Park, Tuesdays, June 25th, 7 p.m. to 8:30. And
So tomorrow's July 9th will be the Sunbury City Band.
July 16th, Billy D. and Rosie. July 23rd, Country Express. July 30th, Blue River Spell Band. The Sunbury Celebration kicks off July 11th and runs through July 14th. Please pick up a list of this year's events at the City Administration Office or see the full list located on sunburypa.org. The next New Year's Eve committee meeting is July 24th at 6 p.m. In the council chambers here. The National Night Out is Tuesday, August 6th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the Heart and Heritage Committee meeting is October 23rd, 6 p.m. in these council chambers. The next city council meeting is July 22 at 6:15 p.m. in these council chambers. Is there any audience comment at this time? All right, with that,
Rich Stoll Jr.
just state your name first.
Rich Stoll Jr. I'm here on behalf of the Sunbury Eagles on thing we would like to have outside. Also, we're also throwing the cornhole tournament. So if you know anybody that's in the cornhole, we hope this is going to, we want to try to do this as an annual thing every year. So if that's the case, if every year we have to come back to have everything. Okay. And also, we will be still, for the National Night Out, we will do the hot dogs like we normally do. So, since that was brought up, just figured that you know, because we normally get a phone call.
Okay.
So, that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Any other audience comment?
Do I need to put him, or just stand up right
Oh,
there?
just stand up right there.
Dave Whipple, City of Sunbury. I know I brought this up before. We're now up to 45 lights out on Market Street and Front Street. This is a city safety issue, and we need to get this corrected as soon as we can, because it's not safe. When you have a business or businesses, if I have a business on Market Street, I want to close you, and I want to have lights for over a year in front of your property. That's ridiculous. I don't know what the problem is, why we can't get it fixed, but we have money for a bunch of other stuff, but this seems to be taking last place. That's one issue. Then if you drive around the city, this city is looking worse every day with weeds, you go up to the corner of Fourth and Reagan, the weeds are waist high between the curb and sidewalk. That's ridiculous. No sidewalks, people are walking on Reagan Street, in the street, on that side of the street where the property is. That's just one of the issues, but there are a lot of them around the city, you can drive around and look, and you people as city council people should all be out there looking. Not only, it's not your job because you're mayor, it's somebody else's, but you're part of the problem if it's not getting corrected. You're part of the problem if it's not getting corrected. You, me, we're all part of the problem if we're not doing something to correct it. So, I don't know what you can do, but I'm just letting you know. Everybody here, you're all part of the problem if you don't try to correct it.
Well, as Mr. Whipple, the street department's been doing, I don't know how many properties in the last 2-3 weeks. And they are out cleaning up properties. They're out today.
They really need it.
You're partnering with the code,
We
and they're
just hired
identifying
two-
properties, and we can just hire people that are gonna do that.
If you want me to give you some list of some times, I can do that too.
Give them the code and they'll work with us.
We've
Thank
been,
you.
we were up in Susquehanna Avenue today, spent a long time up there today. Okay, and that's what we're talking about, those people are working on that property, I have no idea why they're not. They're putting sidewalks or something. Yeah. But that was also a problem where I think there was a leak there or something, and municipal authorities was working there for a while, but I've seen them up there working, there's no reason.
Well, my concern is somebody's gonna get killed by a car, you know, because people are walking the streets, because the sidewalks are terrible.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get back, get these two hires on and get them going, get back to working the sectors again and having people patrolling them on a daily basis.
All right, any other audience comment tonight?
Oh. Megan Beck, I just want to say, first of all, that it was so exciting to see the paving being done over by the Custom Metal Coatings building and DPW. It looks fantastic, definitely something that's really needed and really appreciate it. The other thing I want to say is I added that work that was being done as part of my application to try and get the Fresh Paint Days application, the Bear Paint, if anybody has seen that grant. And we were awarded it to help Custom Metal Coatings get that building repainted. So fingers crossed, we'll be working on that this September. And the last thing I want to say was the strategic planning concept that's coming up. I think that is a really great idea, a way to try and help implement that strategic plan that, you know, that we have out there and make some modifications to it, refresh it, and get it back out there. It seems like we really have a group of people trying to really make things happen, so I really like to see it keep moving forward. So thank you guys.
The custom metal coating, is that the one right over here, third in
Third and fourth.
power? Yeah,
The
okay.
powder coating business, yeah. So, thank you.
Thanks.
My name's Harry Prentice. I would like to say, Mr. Reister, first off, just a comment. My wife and I bought memberships to the pool this year. We've had our grandkids visiting for the summer. It's been a great facility. And they did a good job. Nice job up there. But I do have a concern. This gentleman brought up the thing about people getting hit or anything. If you live in the upper end of Market Street and you have to back out of your driveway, and people coming up from the bridge down by Zimmerman's, you can be backing up, look down, see that nothing's coming, all the way down to that bridge. Nobody uses a turn signal to come up Highland, because that's now a second street to come off. And by the time you back out, you will have somebody flying up on your roof. The average speed on that road has to be 40 or 45. And I know in the city of Sunbury, every street's 25. But it's very concerning that I think it's something that if and I don't know what can be done. I'm just bringing it up. I don't even know if anybody else has an issue with it. I know that we've had a couple of times Rita and my wife around almost 10. And it's very concerning, but it's like a speedway up there. It really is. And for anybody who's walking or biking, there is no sidewalk coming up that back street. So that's an added concern with that. But there are small children in the neighborhood the next block up.
Which street again was that?
That would be the upper end of Market Street, like 12 and 1300.
Market Street's a problem all the way down
Yeah.
to 7th Street, I'd say.
Right. But I mean, that's like where they come up to make the turn. Where they come up and they make that turn, it's actually a right turn if you come up the hill. You're actually, nobody uses a signal. Nobody slows down under, like, I would say it's gotta be 40, 45 miles an hour average speed going up there. And it's, I mean, sometimes you make it and you go, yes, it's like you hit the lottery. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be flippant, but it's, and I don't know that anybody else has said anything to anybody. It's just something that over this, it's been an ongoing issue here and there, but this summer it's really seemed to have been worse.
A lot more traffic. I don't know what the reason is, but there's a lot more traffic.
Well, if I may, Mayor, I'll answer.
Can we make sure there's a couple extra patrols out
I'll tell you
there?
this much, there's 3 speed zones in Sunbury. There's 35 on Front Street, 25 in town, and 15 mile an hour on Memorial Drive.
Right.
So those are the 3 speed limits in town. We just started today our 3rd wave of aggressive driving grant. I did get with the street department a couple months ago waiting for some lines, and I think that was one of the areas we had put down to put new lines for speed. We just haven't gotten there yet because in between the rain, they're trying to get grass and stuff cut. So I haven't got my lines painted. So however, we do have a speed machine that we do use. We're doing this till August 25th. We'll let the guys know, the other officers know that maybe to set that up out there and maybe do some enforcement out there. I agree with you, they do. There's interchange coming in from Hamilton there, so that's a problem, they're still flying. We'll definitely address it.
And I mean, I don't mean it as a criticism.
No,
It's just a concern. It's just a concern.
Because they use it as a shortcut to run up Highland, out to 11th, down to Reagan, out 4th and back and across.
Yeah, that's what's
And they do zip up to
Oh, yeah.
Kevin, you can go there.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
they fly through. I pull out of 13th Street all the time and they come out and run that corner.
From right down, right through the stop.
Regina Russell, I would like to piggyback on Harry's issue. In other cities, they are now starting to, with some kind of highlight, yellow paint, you put down, slow down, or you say speed bump. Maybe at some point we can get a grant and for streets that have a lot of children or in the school districts, you can add those small bumpers in the street so that the traffic has to slow down.
We're just talking about that with Lee, that one grant that's out there, the reflective paint and stuff, that long market. It's gonna cost a little bit, but it's a conversation. we're
Yes,
having. I agree with you.
thank you.
Yeah.
We tried something like that before. State-
No, not speed bumps, but it's paint that you, yeah, it's paint that you can,
How about the speed bumps?
no, yeah, no, market, no, for sure.
Any other audience comments tonight? All right, with that, thank you all for coming out tonight. Next council meeting is July 22nd. Meeting is adjourned.